privacy frameworks. They're kind of like Pokemon, you gotta collect them all. Let's just talk about what they are first and foremost. Privacy frameworks are standards, they're protocols that are adopted by multiple participants in the data ecosystem as a more efficient way to broadcast, transmit, and communicate privacy choices across all those participants. There are many different frameworks that range from universal opt-out mechanisms like GPC, or the ad tech or IAB-led frameworks, GPP, US privacy string, etc. A few things that we think you should consider as you think about frameworks and how they fit into your privacy program. The first one is flexibility. You aren't going to universally adopt any one of these frameworks on only one of your sites. We see sophisticated customers have different framework implementations for the same framework across different parts of their brand or property, depending on their legal posture. You want to make sure your vendor can support that. The second is completeness. You do need a vendor that can support all of these different frameworks because they are all useful in their own way, in their own circumstance. And they need to be up to date. I think that the recent settlement with Helpline made it clear that using an outdated version of one of these frameworks is not necessarily recommended. Now, I will also say, for the sake of completeness, there are plenty of vendors who are still using outdated versions. So you need a vendor that can actually broadcast all the different versions of the signal concurrently to make sure that you're complete in your coverage of the signal distribution. And the last thing is, frameworks aren't going to save you. They are useful, they play their role, but they do not solve the totality of the problem. That's why you also need a vendor that ultimately supports integrations direct with various vendors that don't participate in these various frameworks and protocols.